This vote is getting a lot of attention on social media, and it appears things are split much like with council. The vote to elect Councilman Eric Mays, new president of the Flint City Council, passed 5-4. Now take a look. This was the first meeting for the newly elected council, and it started with all new members being sworn in for a second time Monday night, after County Clerk John Gleason said the November 8th ceremony was invalid because the election results weren't certified. City Clerk Inez Brown says the first time the new council took the oath of office was sufficient, but the city wanted to do it again amidst concerns. There were several major items on the agenda, including a public hearing for the proposed drag racing ordinance that would allow officers to confiscate cars, to a special order regarding a community plea to stop the proposed Ajax asphalt plant. However, the biggest item on the agenda was selecting new council leadership. In a 5-4 vote, First Ward Councilman Eric Mays was elected president, beating out Dr. Ladel Lewis, newly elected in the 2nd Ward. 7th Ward's Allie Herkenroder was voted in as vice president. With so much controversy surrounding Eric Mays' time as an elected city official, I asked him if he was surprised to get the leadership position and spoke to Councilwoman Eva Worthing about her disappointment in the decision.
I think the controversy had to do with me fighting for what was right. And so I believe that the voters now have made a change. I hope and pray that there'll be less fighting and more business. But sometimes you have to stand up for what's right.
Of course, I'm going to work with everyone on council. That's my job. And I sincerely hope that things go well. But yes, I'm disappointed that members chose Mr. Mays as president, given his past behavior.
Working their way through their first agenda, the council also approved a resolution to purchase public safety surveillance cameras.
The health department says that this gives parents enough time to get their children the vaccine. In the announcement, Dr. Pamela Hackard, who is the medical health officer for the Genesee County Health Department, says this was the plan all along once vaccines were made available. The county says they have vaccines for children ages 5 through 11 and, of course, for the 12 through 18 population as well. For parents like Ashley, she figured this would be coming.
I wasn't too surprised. It seems like the Genesee County Health Department is doing about what they said it was going to do and allow the mask mandate to be in place until children ages 5 and up are able to get vaccinated. So I'm very grateful that they were able to have it for that long.
Ashley's son is 5 years old and is vaccinated. She says even when the mask mandate is lifted, she will continue to send her son to school with a mask because of a younger sibling at home who does not qualify for the vaccine yet.
I hope that other parents send their children in masks. And I hope that other parents get their children vaccinated, because the vaccination is the next logical step to get it and have people protected in that way.
A mask mandate has been put in place in Genesee County schools since September 9th. Dr. Hackard said cases and transmission in the county continue to be high, but she says she does not foresee another mask mandate issued by the county.
The presence of the vaccine is going to control this. The only exception would be if there is a variant that we don't have any knowledge of now arising that these vaccines would not work against at all. But when we have over a 90% efficacy for vaccinated children, this is the major way we want to protect people.
The Genesee County Health Department says that they will still recommend masking for all educational settings even when this is lifted.
Increased thirst and urination and weight loss are 3 key things dietitians at Memorial Hospital say people should look out for if they're experiencing symptoms related to diabetes. But for you to know for sure, it starts with you talking with your doctor, and they will administer a simple blood test. Random glucose tests can help detect the 2 diabetes types as well. Type 1 is an autoimmune condition where the beta cells in the body don't function or produce insulin. Type 2 attacks the body's insulin as well, making it where there's a reduced output and not as effective at keeping one's blood sugar down. It also contributes to 95% of diabetes cases. Both conditions are genetic related, with type 2 linking more to different factors like weight and health, whereas type 1 is influenced by environmental factors like bacteria and viruses.
If diabetes goes untreated, there can be some severe complications. It leads to advanced heart disease, high blood pressure, kidney and renal failure.
Dietitians also encourage families to support their loved ones who are diabetics by going with them to their doctor's appointments or helping them with daily tasks.
There's no cure for both type 1 or type 2 from what we have right now with science. And so it's really important to be there for those who do have it, because it's with a lifelong struggle. There's a lot of different things that need to be cared for over time, and it takes a long time to get used to it.
Again, dietitians encourage people to make their health a priority by keeping up with exercise and their health. They also encourage people to schedule regular appointments with their doctors.
Flint wants speeders to pump the brakes. Soon, the city will be rolling out these new temporary speed humps. Mayor Sheldon Neely says it's a needed effort to calm traffic.
These speed humps really speaks to maybe those lighter offenders of speed laws, just to make them slow down. When we have residential areas where we have kids and pedestrians, we want to make sure life is safe inside our residential communities.
Transportation Infrastructure Director John Daly has been spearheading the project. He says the new safety measure could improve the quality of life for residents.
It's slowing the traffic down so that the residents in the neighborhood feel free and feel safe to be able to use the sidewalks, the right-of-way, the driveways.
Daly's team will be installing speed humps at several locations to give residents a preview of what to expect. He says several variables went into finding the right product that for now will only go on 2-lane local roads.
We had to find something that we could use as a speed bump during most of the year, but during the winter months remove it because it would interfere with snow and ice removal operations. And we wanted to have something that was a bump, if you would, a gentle reminder, as opposed to something that was harsh.
He says each location, like the one here at El Dorado Drive, could cost between $1,500 to $2,000 for equipment and labor. Daly says the speed humps put down this year will be picked up by mid-December.
What holds them to the pavement is a bolt and receptacle that's permanently mounted in the concrete. And then the lag bolt goes in and we unscrew the lag bolt and then screw it back in.
As reckless driving continues to rise, Mayor Neely says the city has something else in store for serious offenders like drag racers and dangerous drivers.
Running stop signs, running red lights, we're going to be taking more of an aggressive action against them